Margaret did everything right. She avoided junk food. She walked every morning. She filled her plate with fruits and vegetables. She believed she was living a healthy lifestyle. But at 65, her world changed. A routine checkup turned into a diagnosis she never expected. Stage 3 kidney disease. She was shocked. She didn't smoke. She didn't drink. She never touched fast food. And yet, her creatinine was rising. Her GFR was dropping. And the doctors were talking about dialysis. What went wrong? The answer was on her plate, right in front of her, every single day. Because sometimes the foods we believe are healthy are the very ones putting pressure on our kidneys. Yes, vegetables. Not junk food, not processed meat, but vegetables. That's the terrifying truth most people never hear, until it's too late. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. You can lose 90% of your kidney function before you feel a single symptom. No pain, no warning. Just slow, silent damage happening in your body right now. And some of the most common healthy foods can actually make things worse. That's why today's video is so important. We're going to expose 5 vegetables you should never touch if you have kidney problems, and reveal 5 healing vegetables that do the opposite. They protect, they support, they heal. Some of these may surprise you. One of them might be sitting in your fridge right now. So stay with me until the end, because the number 1 most dangerous vegetable is also the one most people blend into healthy smoothies every day. And the number 1 most healing food. It's dirt cheap, easy to prepare, and scientifically proven to reduce inflammation inside your kidneys. But let me be clear. This video is not about fear. It's about power. Knowledge is power. And what you eat can either damage your kidneys or help save them. The choice starts here. Tell me in the comments, what's one vegetable you eat regularly that you hope isn't on the bad list? Let's find out together. Dangerous vegetable number 1, the healthy sauce that could send you to the ER. You've heard it 1,000 times. Tomatoes are healthy, packed with antioxidants, great for the heart. And that's true. Fresh tomatoes are wonderful in moderation. But here's what no one tells you. Concentrated tomato products like sauce, paste, juice, and ketchup can be a potassium bomb for your kidneys. Let's break it down. When tomatoes are cooked down, reduced, and concentrated, their nutrients become highly dense, especially potassium. Just 1 cup of tomato sauce or paste, up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium. And if your kidneys are already struggling to filter potassium, that's a dangerous load. Too much potassium in your bloodstream causes a condition called hyperkalemia. It can make your muscles weak. Your heart beat irregularly, or worse, it can cause sudden cardiac arrest, without warning. Let me tell you about Robert. He was 62, living with stage 3 kidney disease, watching his diet carefully, making everything at home. He thought he was doing everything right, until he started making his own healthy tomato sauce. Every week he used a full can of tomato paste, blended it with herbs, onions, and olive oil. No sugar, no additives, no junk. Just one problem. That single meal packed over 2,000 milligrams of potassium, and his kidneys couldn't keep up. His potassium levels spiked. He felt dizzy, lightheaded. His heart started racing. He ended up in the emergency room, not because of junk food, but because of a homemade, heart-healthy tomato sauce. So what's the solution? If your kidneys are compromised, skip concentrated tomato products entirely. Choose fresh cherry tomatoes instead. Smaller portions, less potassium, easier to digest, or use red bell peppers for color and flavor without the potassium risk. And if you must use tomato sauce, limit the quantity, dilute it with vegetables like cauliflower or zucchini. Never use it as the base of an entire meal. The truth is, not all vegetables are safe, and not all healthy meals are healing. Sometimes the danger is hidden in a sauce, a spread, a spoonful. But now that you know, you can choose differently. Dangerous vegetable number 2, the comfort food that could send potassium through the roof. They're warm, they're filling, they're comforting, mashed, roasted, baked, sweet or white, potatoes show up on almost every table. And they've long been considered a healthy carb, natural, wholesome, better than bread or pasta, right? But here's the truth most kidney patients never hear. Potatoes, yes, even sweet potatoes, are among the highest potassium vegetables on earth. Let's look at the numbers. A single medium-baked potato, over 950 milligrams of potassium. A medium sweet potato, even more, sometimes over 100 milliliters. Now imagine having mashed potatoes for dinner and sweet potato casserole for dessert. Add a glass of tomato juice, and suddenly, you've just overwhelmed your kidneys with 3 times the safe limit of potassium in one sitting. For someone with normal kidney function, this isn't a problem. But if your filtration is even slightly impaired, this can be dangerous. Potassium builds up, and when it gets too high, it doesn't warn you with pain. It can stop your heart. Silently. That's exactly what happened to Linda. She's 60, a retired nurse. She prided herself on knowing nutrition. But at Thanksgiving, she had second helpings of mashed potatoes, sweet potato pie, and roasted root veggies. No junk, no alcohol, just home-cooked food. The next morning, she woke up with a strange tightness in her chest, lightheaded, fatigued. She checked into urgent care. Blood work showed her potassium had spiked, dangerously. Her heart rhythm was unstable. She had to be hospitalized, all from a plate of healthy food. But here's the good news. If you absolutely love potatoes, there is a way to reduce their potassium load. It's called leaching. Here's how it works. Peel and dice the potato into small pieces. Soak them in warm water for at least 2 hours, or overnight. Rinse thoroughly. Boil in fresh water. Discard the cooking water. This can remove up to 70% of the potassium, making them safer for occasional small portions. But even with leaching, moderation is critical. And for those with high potassium or stage 3+ kidney disease, it may be safest to skip them altogether. What can you eat instead? Try cauliflower mash with garlic and olive oil, or steamed cabbage tossed with lemon. Both give the same warm, hearty feel, without overwhelming your kidneys. The lesson? Just because a food is natural, doesn't mean it's safe for you, especially when your kidneys are working overtime. Choose wisely, eat mindfully, and never underestimate what one comfort food can do. Dangerous vegetable number 4, rhubarb, the tart treat that sent Sarah to dialysis. It's tangy, it's tart. And for many families, rhubarb is a nostalgic dessert ingredient. Rhubarb crisp, rhubarb pie, rhubarb jam. But here's the chilling truth. Just one high dose of rhubarb can push a vulnerable kidney into crisis. Rhubarb contains one of the highest levels of oxalic acid in any food, over 1,000 milligrams per cup. To put that in perspective, that's 20 times higher than what's considered safe for someone with kidney issues. When oxalic acid floods the bloodstream, it binds with calcium, forming sharp crystals that lodge in the kidneys, inflame the tissue, and in extreme cases, trigger acute kidney injury. And it can happen fast. Just ask Sarah. She was 63, a loving grandmother, relatively healthy, but had mildly reduced kidney function. Every summer her family made rhubarb crisp, fresh from the garden, with oats and cinnamon, healthy as far as desserts go. But one weekend, she had 3 servings across 2 days, and by Monday, she felt it. Pain in her lower back, nausea, no appetite, and dark, concentrated urine. She went to the ER. Blood work showed a sudden spike in creatinine. Her kidneys had stopped filtering. She was admitted and placed on temporary dialysis, all from one simple dessert. That's the hidden danger of rhubarb. It looks harmless. It's often homemade. But the oxalic acid content is so high, it can shut down kidney function overnight. So what should you do? Avoid rhubarb in all forms, especially if you have stage 2 or higher kidney disease. Be cautious with rhubarb desserts at family gatherings. Don't assume homemade means safe. Even one slice can overwhelm struggling kidneys. And remember, kidney damage is often silent, but the consequences are not. Sometimes it takes just one food, one weekend, one mistake. Dangerous vegetable number 5, Swiss chard, the super green that silently spikes kidney risk. It's bright, colourful, full of nutrients, and health magazines call it a super green. But for kidney patients, Swiss chard can become a silent overload, hiding in plain sight. Here's the truth. Swiss chard is high in 2 major kidney enemies: potassium, up to 960 mg per cup, cooked oxalates, up to 1/200 mg per cup. That's one of the worst combinations for anyone with reduced kidney function. High potassium raises your risk of sudden heart rhythm problems. High oxalates increase your risk of kidney stones and inflammation, and together, they create a perfect storm inside your kidneys, especially if eaten daily. That's what happened to Michael. He was 59, trying to avoid dialysis, so he doubled down on his greens. Every day he had a large Swiss chard salad, raw, uncooked, full of lemon, olive oil, and seeds. He thought he was helping his kidneys. But his next blood test told a different story. Creatinine, spiked potassium, dangerously high new signs of crystal formation in his urine. The very food he thought was saving him was quietly speeding up his decline. He had no idea. The problem with Swiss chard isn't that it's bad for everyone. It's that for kidney patients, it's too much. Too many minerals, too much burden, and too little awareness. So here's what you need to remember. Avoid large amounts of cooked or raw Swiss chard. Never juice or blend it. This concentrates the oxalates even more. If you must eat it, boil and drain it first, and eat only in very small portions. But for most kidney patients, there are far safer greens, like boiled spinach, steamed cabbage, or tender baby kale in moderation. Michael made the switch, and within 2 months, his potassium dropped, his energy came back, and his doctor told him to keep doing whatever you're doing. Sometimes the change that saves you is not what you add, but what you take away. Dangerous vegetable number 6, raw spinach, the green smoothie. Ingredient that could send you to the ER. It's everywhere, in salads, in juices, in superfood smoothies across social media. Spinach, raw, vibrant, loaded with iron and antioxidants, or so we're told, but for kidney patients. Raw spinach is one of the most dangerous vegetables you can eat, and here's why. Spinach is extremely high in a compound called soluble oxalates. Just 100 grams of raw spinach, that's a single handful, contains 970 mg of oxalates. That's nearly the entire daily limit in one meal. And if you blend it, juice it, drink it raw on an empty stomach, you're bypassing the body's natural defenses and sending a concentrated load of oxalates straight into your bloodstream. What happens next? Those oxalates bind with calcium and form sharp crystals, crystals that lodge inside your kidneys, scar the tubules, block filtration, and trigger acute kidney failure. That's exactly what happened to Jennifer. She was 42, a yoga instructor, fit, mindful, devoted to clean eating. Every morning she drank a green goddess smoothie, banana, spinach, almond milk, ice. It gave her energy. She swore by it. Until one day, she woke up with intense back pain, nausea, burning during urination. At the ER, her creatinine was off the charts. Her kidneys had shut down. Doctors diagnosed her with oxalate nephropathy, a rare but serious kidney injury caused by excessive oxalate intake. The culprit, raw spinach smoothies. So what should you do? If you love spinach, boil it for 3 to 4 minutes and drain it. Boiling removes a large portion of oxalates. Never juice, blend, or eat large amounts raw if you have kidney concerns. Rotate other safer greens, like cooked kale, romaine, or cabbage. And if you're drinking green smoothies, check the label, watch the ingredients, and ask, is this helping or silently harming? Jennifer made a full recovery, but not everyone gets that chance. Let her story be your warning, because when kidneys are at risk, even the healthiest food can become dangerous. Now that you know the 6 vegetables to avoid, it's time for the good news. Coming up next, the 4 healing vegetables that can support, protect, and possibly even improve kidney function. Healing vegetable number 1, cauliflower, the kidney-safe powerhouse. Now for the good news, because not all vegetables are dangerous. In fact, some are deeply healing, if you know which ones to choose. And at the top of that list, cauliflower. It's soft, mild, unassuming. But for kidney patients, cauliflower is one of the safest and most supportive vegetables you can eat. Here's why. Cauliflower is naturally low in all the minerals that stress the kidneys. Low in potassium, low in phosphorus, low in sodium, low in oxalates. It's like a clean slate, a safe food that nourishes without leaving waste behind. But there's more. Cauliflower is also rich in vitamin C, an antioxidant that protects kidney cells. Fiber helps bind toxins in the gut before they reach the kidney's indole 3-carbinol, a natural anti-inflammatory compound that helps reduce kidney inflammation at the cellular level, and because of its versatility, cauliflower makes an excellent substitute for high-potassium foods like mashed potatoes, baked yams, pasta, and rice. Let me give you an example. Margaret, the woman from the beginning of our story, after her stage 3 diagnosis, she made just a few key changes. And one of them? She swapped her evening mashed potatoes for garlic cauliflower mash, steamed it, blended it with olive oil and herbs, added a side of cabbage and red bell peppers. 3 months later, her labs improved, her energy came back, and she no longer felt like a ticking time bomb. So how can you start using cauliflower? Steam it and mash with a little olive oil and garlic, roast it with turmeric and paprika, add florets to soups and stews, blend into creamy sauces instead of dairy or cream. And here's the best part. It satisfies that comfort food craving, without flooding your kidneys with potassium or oxalates. In a world full of risky vegetables, cauliflower is safe, gentle, healing, and it deserves a regular place on your plate. Healing vegetable number 2, red bell peppers, the bright defender of kidney cells. They're sweet, crunchy, colourful, and if your kidneys could talk, they'd ask for red bell peppers, because behind that bright red skin is a vegetable that does something special. It protects. Red bell peppers are one of the few vegetables that are low in potassium, low in phosphorus, low in sodium, but still high in healing nutrients your kidneys desperately need. Like vitamin C, boosts immune function and neutralizes free radicals that damage kidney tissue. Vitamin A helps reduce inflammation in the delicate nephron lining's lycopene, a powerful antioxidant shown to lower oxidative stress and slow kidney disease progression. And here's what makes red bell peppers unique. They give your body high defense with low damage. In other words, they deliver nutrients without asking your kidneys to clean up a mess. Let's go back to Margaret for a moment. After her diagnosis, she didn't just remove harmful vegetables. She added red bell peppers to her daily plate, sometimes raw, sometimes roasted, sometimes chopped into her cauliflower mash for colour and crunch. She didn't follow a fancy plan, just made one small change at a time. And it worked. Her creatinine dropped, her GFR stabilized, and most importantly, she felt empowered, because for the first time, she knew exactly what to eat and why. So how do you use red bell peppers? Eat them raw with hummus or kidney-safe dips. Roast them with garlic and olive oil for a savoury side. Chop them into cabbage, stir-fries or omelettes. Slice thin and add to wraps, salads or soups. They're versatile, flavourful, and gentle on your kidneys, whether you're in stage 2 or stage 4. In the world of kidney-safe foods, red bell peppers are a quiet champion. They reduce inflammation, they protect cells, and they give you the flavor and crunch you crave without risk. Healing vegetable number 3, garlic, the tiny bulb that lowers inflammation and improves blood flow. It's small, pungent, often treated like just a flavor booster. But for your kidneys, garlic is a natural medicine hiding in plain sight, and it may be one of the most powerful tools to reduce inflammation inside your kidneys without adding stress. Let's break it down. Garlic contains a special compound called allicin. And what does allicin do? It fights inflammation, calming the immune system when it's attacking your own tissues. It reduces oxidative stress by neutralizing harmful free radicals. It relaxes blood vessels, improving circulation to the kidneys. That last part is critical, because the kidneys are full of tiny blood vessels. And when those vessels are constricted or inflamed, filtration slows down, creatinine builds up, and your GFR drops. But garlic helps open the flow, so your kidneys can receive oxygen and release waste more efficiently. And the best part? Garlic is very low in potassium, almost zero in phosphorus, completely sodium-free, naturally antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. That means it gives you support without adding anything your kidneys need to clean up. No workload, just relief. Let's go back to Michael from earlier. After cutting out Swiss chard, his potassium dropped, but he didn't stop there. He began cooking with garlic daily, roasting it, adding minced garlic to olive oil and spreading it on steamed cabbage. Within 60 days, his blood pressure improved, his kidney labs looked better, and his digestion felt smoother. All from a vegetable most people forget even counts. So how can you use garlic? Mince and mix with olive oil as a kidney-safe spread. Add to roasted cauliflower or steamed vegetables. Use fresh garlic instead of salt for seasoning. Roast whole cloves and eat them soft, like butter. And one more thing, fresh garlic is better than garlic powder. Let it sit for 10 minutes after chopping to activate the allicin fully in a world full of risky foods. Garlic is pure support. It lowers inflammation, improves circulation, and brings life back to your kidneys, one clove at a time. Healing vegetable number 4, cabbage, the leafy shield that helps slow kidney disease. Naturally. It's simple, it's cheap, it doesn't get much attention, but cabbage might be the unsung hero of kidney protection, because while other vegetables come with risks, cabbage comes with relief. Let's talk about what makes cabbage so powerful. First, it's low in all the right ways. Low potassium, low phosphorus, low sodium, low oxalates. That means your kidneys don't have to fight to process it. It slips through your system smoothly, without leaving behind toxic residue. But the real magic? It lies in what cabbage contains. Sulforaphane, a compound that activates your body's master antioxidant system, the NRF2 pathway. Think of this like flipping a switch in your body. That tells your cells to start defending, repairing, and detoxifying on their own. For kidney patients, this means more resilience, more protection against oxidative damage, and potentially slower progression of chronic kidney disease. Let's go back one last time to Margaret. She was overwhelmed at first, afraid to eat the wrong thing, scared of her diagnosis. But once she added cabbage, things started to shift. She sautéed it in olive oil with garlic, steamed it gently, and added lemon. Rolled it into wraps with cauliflower and bell peppers, and over time, her inflammation markers dropped, her labs improved, and most importantly, she felt safe around food again. Cabbage became her comfort vegetable. So how do you use cabbage? Steam it and toss with lemon and black pepper sauté with garlic and olive oil as a warm side. Use cabbage leaves as wraps instead of tortillas. Add shredded cabbage to soups and stews. And here's a bonus. Cabbage is incredibly affordable, available year-round, and lasts longer in the fridge than most greens. It may not be flashy, but cabbage is protective, powerful, and perfect for kidneys that need support, not stress. Now that you've seen all 6 vegetables to avoid, and the 4 healing ones to embrace, It's time to bring this full circle. Conclusion: the truth about detox and Margaret's recovery story. You've heard it before. Take this detox powder. Buy this cleanse. Flush your kidneys in 3 days. But here's the truth most companies won't tell you. Your kidneys are the detox. They are your body's built-in filter. And when they're struggling, the answer isn't in a pill or a powder. The answer is removing what harms them and feeding them what helps them heal. That's what you've done today. You've learned about the 6 vegetables that can silently destroy kidney health, and the 4 powerful foods that can help protect and even restore it. That's not a cleanse. That's not a gimmick. That's real healing. Let's return one final time to Margaret. Remember how it started. Stage 3 kidney disease. A woman who thought she was doing everything right, eating healthy, but slowly declining. She felt powerless, until she learned the truth and made a choice. She eliminated the silent offenders. No more raw spinach smoothies, no more beet juice, no more healthy tomato paste and sweet potato casseroles. And she added healing, cauliflower mash instead of potatoes, red bell peppers in her wraps and stir-fries garlic in almost every meal, cabbage steamed with lemon and olive oil. She didn't starve herself. She didn't buy supplements. She didn't wait for a miracle. She just changed her plate, one vegetable at a time. And after 6 months, her creatinine stabilized, her GFR improved, and most importantly, she felt in control of her body again. So now the choice is yours. You can wait, keep guessing, keep wondering what's safe, or you can take control, start small, and make your next plate a message to your kidneys. I'm here to protect you now. Before you go, tell me in the comments, what vegetable are you going to eliminate first? And which healing food will you add to your next meal? Your answer could help someone else make their life-saving change too. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone living with kidney problems, because the power to protect your kidneys isn't in a bottle, it's in your kitchen, and it starts today.